klipa of noga. Okay, noga I believe means like a glow. Starts with the quoting of a verse. Zois rayascha. This is your wickedness or your what? Or your friendship with rayascha. Kimar, because it's bitter. Kinega, because it's touching. Nega, like noga, klipa noga. Ad libecha, until your heart. So this is your evil or wickedness because it's bitter, because it's touching until your heart. That's a verse somewhere, okay? Or a quote from somewhere. Kvar amarnu b'makom acher. We already said in another place, ki Amalek oilem mar, that Amalek adds up in numeric value to mar. Mar is bitter. The mem stays the same, right? Mem is 40, and both Mar and Amalek have the mem. But ayin and lamed is 100, and kuf is 100. Together you get a reish, 200, Mar. V'husaid Mar amavis, and it's the secret of the bitterness of death. Which bitter is Amalek? It's the bitterness of death. V'gam husaid aklipa shebe egois. It's also a secret of the shell or husk of a walnut. I believe it. Egois is definitely a nut. I believe it's specifically a walnut. I think. Hamafredes bein hashibailim, that separates between is it the grains? Niragin, I don't know what niragin means. Mafrid means separating, again, pirud, separating. Aluf, I don't know what aluf means. I thought aluf is like a general or like, I don't know. Ve'ein klipa acheres begoy meicha kasha kamaisa. And there is no other husk shell klipa begoy meicha. What, within the brain? I don't know if I'm translating accurately. Within the brain, maybe? Difficult like her. Like it. Lefikach, therefore, ein akise shalem. The throne, the seat is not complete. Ad shetifra legamri, until it's separated completely. Kila yitachen, because it's not possible. Yichuda dedargin ad hashmada. It's not possible, the unification of the steps, of the levels, until its destruction. V'hine ha'pasuk hazeh, and behold this verse that we started quoting, b'li safek, without doubt, medaber al zois klipa, is talking about this shell husk klipa. Shehi ra'a umara, that is wicked and bitter. Al divrei, on the words ra umar, wicked and bitter. Shepirashti la'el, that I explained earlier. Va'amalek oila or amar, and Amalek, the nation of Amalek, adds up numerically to the word bitter, mar. V'hunoiga aralev, and it touches until the heart. Masha'ein kain b'klipa acheres, which is not the case with other shells and husks. Shasayveves v'loy mimatzees, that they surround but they do not find or reach or something. Ad libecha, but they're not found until your heart. V'loy ad b'chlal chas v'shalom, and not until including, God forbid. Meaning sometimes you have ad b'chlal and sometimes without b'chlal. Meaning, is it until the heart, including the heart, or until the heart but not including the heart? So he says it's not including. It's not here until, meaning including, God forbid. Ki lo haya tekuma l'saineim shel Yisrael, because then if it reached the heart, including the heart, then you wouldn't have a stand. There would be no place to stand for the enemies of Israel. The enemies of Israel is a euphemism. This is the way we're taught. When the sages talk about the enemies of Israel, it's a euphemism. They don't want to talk about Israel in a negative light. So they call Israel the enemies of Israel. And I've had this idea on my own, I think. I don't know if I got it anywhere, but that it really means the heir of Rav amongst us. Why? What do you mean the enemies of Israel is a euphemism for Israel? It's a nice way of saying, the enemies of Israel that are Israel. It's the same thing, right? Vashem Yisparach, who Amar, and God, blessed be He said, Vatihi Tziva Vata'amid. Sorry, Vashem Yisparach, who Amar Vatihi. He said, and it was, Tziva Vata'amid, and He commanded, and it stood. Kidei liyaser es Yisrael, in order to give rebuke to Israel, al azvam as Tairasai b'dash lema, on that which they abandoned His Torah, His teaching, with complete knowledge, with complete das. V'yagiu achar kach, and they toiled after that, lelamda, to learn it, bishmamain, with desolation, ubitmahain libav, and with like a wonderment of their heart. I hope I'm translating these words accurately. Because anyone who mivatel, bitul, who nullifies the Torah, the teaching, may oisher, from richness, soifle levatla may oini. His end is going to be that he's going to nullify it from pauperness, from poverty. Hu oisher hadas, this is a wealth of knowledge, v'oini hadas, and a poverty of knowledge. V'haklipa hazois shel Amalek, and this husk shell of Amalek, he haklipa shel chamor dechafye almoicha. It's a shell of chamor, I guess here it means physicality. Dechafye almoicha, that is like maybe sharp on the mind or something on the mind. It's something on the brain, V'aseichel ena yachal lahavin, and the intelligence is not able to understand ki im ba'amel harbe, unless there's much toil, v'koishi gadol, and great difficulty, hameshaber oisek klipa, which breaks that husk. V'fikach nikra Amalek miloshen amel. Therefore, Amalek, the nation of Amalek, is called from a tongue of amel, toil. It's the same word. Look, toil, if you add a kuf, becomes Amalek. Why is it called Amalek? Because you have to amel to break it. You have to toil to break it. Ubale Torah al yedei hayigia, and the masters of Torah through that which they toil. The amel, and also toil. Yigia is like constant devotion, I think, and amelis is Torah. It is toil. She'agiu b'Torah, that they toil. Two different ways of saying toiling, pretty much, but that they reach and doing b'Torah and the Torah ad zeas apam, until the sweat of their brow. Right, they toil and toil and toil in the Torah until the sweat of their brow. Az ma'at zoysa klipa hachura. Then little by little, this disgusting klipa haleches, it goes umisma etes, and becomes small ad koloisa, until its destruction. The einoid klipa sacheres amavdiles, and there are no other shells separating. V'la yikanef oid maricha v'hayu einecha royos es mayrecha, and we're not going to be yikanef anymore. I don't know what that means. To our master, and our eyes are going to see our master. Maybe we won't be covered. We won't be covered anymore. Our master won't be covered anymore. He won't be covered to us, maybe. Our master, our eyes will see our master. V'chol banecha lemudei Hashem v'rav shalom banecha, and all your children will be studying Hashem, and increase in great peace for your children. V'hinei borei, behold, come and see, chesed elyon, the loving kindness above, shel ha'ma'atzil yisparach, of the ma'atzil, blessed be he. Ma'atzil means the one who makes flow, emanation, the emanator. Keep your eyes side me'roish, because when he saw from the beginning, mikid me'eretz, from the beginning of earth, shasida zaysa klipa shel Amalek, that it will be this husk shell of Amalek, le'is havos mipnei avaynoisam shel Yisrael, to exist and be before or because of the sins of Israel. Hiktim refuah lemaka, he preceded the healing to the affliction. Ubara klipas noiga, and he created the husk of the shell of klipa called noga. Noga means, I think, touching or shining, I think. Vihi haracha vidaka shesayveves esmoya ha'egois. And this is the soft and thin, I believe, soft and thin that surrounds the brain of the walnut. Kedei sha'klipa hazois shel Amalek, in order that the husk shell, this one of Amalek, loy tiga belev chas v'shalom, that it shouldn't touch the heart, God forbid. Mikol mishmar nitzar libecha ki mimenu taitza'os chayim. From every watching, guard your heart, because from it comes out life. V'zoi saklipa, it's a verse somewhere. V'zoi, I think it looks in quote marks. V'zoi saklipa, and this shell, kede, what's kaf dalid lamed? This acronym right here, kaf dalid lamed. Kedila, something. He said, it's a secret, Hamavis Atzma. It's a secret of death itself. And it's also the reason why we need the true wisdom. To submit this husk shell klipa begalusa basra'a in the last exile. Ki hisaid zivuve maves v'yava ish yabia shemen roikeach k'moshe pirashti b'makom acher, because it's the secret of the flies of death. V'yav ish, I think zivuve, I think are flies. Maves is death. I think v'yaviash, I don't know what that means. Yabia, I think means flowing. V'yav ish, v'yava ish. Yabia is flowing. Shemen is oil. Roikeach is like fragrant, I think, or spices, or fragrant, or herbal, or something. Like I explained in another place. And there's no necessity to extend. Okay. Listen, we're just channeling what we can channel based on our location, time, place, skills. Okay. Next piece. In regards, binyan koishi. The matter of the difficulty of the depth and toil of Torah that causes on its hand the husk shell of Amalek. That is caused by the klipa of Amalek, the difficulty of the toil and depth of Torah. That difficulty is caused by the klipa of Amalek. And it was made strong through the hand of the Christian. Hanoitzi, the Christian. Let's see what he's saying here. Kfar be'arnu la'el, we already explained earlier, above, Soid klipasa shel Amalek, the secret of the husk shell of Amalek, hamimetzees umismatzees, that makes touched and is touched. I don't know what these words mean. It looks like they're the same word repeated twice in two different forms, verbs, right? I don't know. Can look it up. And it is this husk shell that is maybe reaching or toiling the rabbis and their students with the difficulty of iyun, depth. And that husk shell is made strong after the coming of the Christian Nita'ev, I think, like abominable, like Toeva, the abominable Christian. The Shlicha Emes Arza, and he threw the truth to the ground. The Asisa, and he made Vatzlicha, and he succeeded Mipnei Sinas Chinam, because of the hatred that is free, baseless hatred. Shahaya Beineam, that was between them. Shigarim Apirud, that caused the separation. Umeaz, and from then Hischil, it began the Tzairech HaTalmud, the necessity of Talmud, which is study, but maybe he's talking about the Gemara, I'm not sure. The Libun HaHalacha, and the whitening of the law. Upilpul HaTalmidim, and pilpul, it's like exegesis, or, really taking a law or a piece of the Torah and really digging it in and bringing new stuff out of it. Pilpul HaTalmidim, the pilpul of the students, ad zeas apam, until the sweat of their brow. V'niskaya mikra shekasov, and it was established, the verse that's written, b'machshake ma'ishivani kimsei oilam. What, in darkness maybe? I returned like the something of the world. I don't know, like the death of the world. I don't know. Ka'amram zacharna levracha, and like the sages of blessed memory, he said, Zu Talmud Bavli. This is a reference to the Gemara, the Talmud of Babylon. V'gam hu Sayyid Amram, and it's also a secret of that which they said, Zacharni Levracha, the sages of blessed memory. Talmud Chacham ein lahem menucha loy b'olam hazeh v'loy b'olam haba. The Torah scholar has no rest to them, not in this world and not in the next world. Ki oisa klipa, because this husk shell, mimatzees umavdeles, it touches or reaches, I think, and then separates bein ba'alma de nukva, bein ba'alma de d'chura, whether in the feminine world, whether in the masculine world. Like like we explained earlier, be'inyan in the matter of zois rayascha, this is your wickedness, kimar, because it's bitter, kinaga ad libcha, because it touches until your heart. But we said not including your heart, just until your heart, right? V'zois aklipa einoi nechnaas, and this husk shell is not submitted, ki im b'melchemes koishia iyun, unless through the battle of difficulty of depth of study. And this is the secret of Shehiviu Raya Mipasuk, that they brought up proof from the verse, Yelchu Michael El Chayil. They will go from level to level, or from strength to strength. Shehu Lashain Milchama. Chayal is usually a soldier, so it's a Lashon of war. Vidaik Amram. And they said Vidaik. Vidaik, I think, is Vidal. I don't know how to translate Vidaik. I think Daik means like they said enough, or I don't know. It's one of those. I think it's one of those phrases that's just like put everywhere. It's like easy. Mean like you should understand on your own. Like I gave you everything you need. You should. I think. Or Vidaik Amram, and they said it like I don't know. Ein lahem. Where's he quoting from? Ein lahem. Oh, he said Talmud Chacham. Oh, he's saying they were precise with their words. They said correctly. We said the Talmud Chacham, the wise ones, ein lahem minucha, right? They don't have rest. Not in this world, not in the next world. So he says their wording was precise, or it was correct. Ein lahem. There isn't to them. V'lai b'loshen asid. They didn't say it in a future tense, chas v'shalom, that they will not have rest, but that they don't have. Ki zoi ra'a chayla b'meshach hagalos bilvad. Because this wicked affliction is in the continuation of exile alone. V'gam lamala be'olam ha. I don't know. Gam also above in the world of something maybe, or I don't know what this Beis Ayin Vav Hey Resh is. I have no idea. Ad shetimcha shma, until it is erased her name, v'zichron, her memory, or its name and its memory, shall oisa klipa, of that husk shell. V'tam ha'amel b'hasam zarei shalem malik. I don't know how to translate this. V'tam, I think tam is like a simple person, but I don't know if I'm translating that correctly. Ha'amel is toil. Ba, maybe it's two words here. Ba, that in it, tam zarei shalem malik. I don't know. Something is the seed of Amalek. Basam, what's basam? Zarei shalem malik is the seed of Amalek. V'hinei benkach u'benkach na'aladas. And behold, whether like this, it's beautiful to know. Ki zoisa klipa, that this klipa biyosa soidet Sahara, while it is the secret of the evil inclination, evil desire, he misraba bigoy meoy debarnash, it is increased or mixed in within the stomach of a man. I think migoy, from without. I don't know. Michla mishtia, food and drink, bli suffix, without doubt. However, as long as man is eating and drinking and giving children, I think, or power or something, and choik is a law, to that, so he's giving something to that klipa, he einoi migasai kolkach v'loi tarudasai miderech haseichel. He is not toiling that much or reaching that much, and he's not tired. He's not occupied from the way of intelligence. And this is the reasoning that comes nice matters, beautiful matters, and logical analyzations. A svara, it's like a proof or something, a logical proof, beautiful proofs in the mind of man while he's sitting in a meal, happening suddenly. The Gam Zesoid, and also this is the secret, Sheyakov Avinu, that Jacob, our father, Lokach es habechoira miyadei shel Esav, he took the firstborn status from the hands of Esav while he was eating and drinking. Ukulai v'kulai razachad, and it's all one secret. V'havein saidzeh, and understand this secret, kihu lanias taiti, because it is, to my opinion, davar nechmad, a beautiful thing. V'Hashem yisparach, and the Holy One, blessed be He, yar'enu mitaraseh, He will show us from His Torah, nifla'is, wonders. Amen. Can you hear it saying? So, amen, amen. So it will be His will. This piece I got even less from than the first piece. Meaning, I think I got more from it, but I understood less. I didn't really get what he was saying. Let's try that again. Let's try this piece again. Yeah. Let's from the top. Kfar be'arnulel. We already explained above. Said klipasa shel Amalek, the secret of the husk shell of Amalek. Hamemetzaes umismatzaes. It does something and something. V'hamigias rabbanan v'talmidein b'koshyayin, and it is the toiling of the rabbis and their students with difficulty of depth. V'niskavra isa klipa achrei biyasei shel neitzer nisaiv, and it was made strong, that husk shell, after the coming of that abominable Christian. V'hashlicha emes arza, and truth was thrown earthward. V'asasa v'hetzlicha mipnei sinas chinam, and he did and succeeded because of the hatred of baseless hatred, shehi beineim shegarim appeared, that was between them, that caused the separation. And from then began the necessity of Talmud, the libun ha'alach, and the whitening of law, upilpul hatalmidim ad zeas apam, and the going back and forth of the students until the sweat of their brow. V'niskaya mikra shekasov, and it was established the written verse, b'mechshakim oishivani kimsei oilam. I don't know what that means or where it's a quote from, which verse. Amram Zal, and like the sages of blessed memory said, this is a reference to Talmud Bavli, Zu Talmud Bavli, the Babylonian Talmud. And it's also a secret of that which the holy sages of blessed memory said. The sages, a Torah scholar doesn't have rest, not in this world and not in the world to come. Because that klipa, it does something like, and it separates between the female world and maybe the future masculine world. But between the feminine and masculine worlds, there's a separation, this klipa. And like we explained earlier in the matter of Zois Reyascha, this is your wickedness, kimar, because it's bitter, kinaga, because it reaches ad libecha, until your heart. And this husk shell is not submitted unless through the war of difficulty of the depth of study. And this is a secret from the fact that which they brought a proof from the verse, so apparently someone maybe in the Talmud or something, they're bringing a proof for something, and they bring a proof from this verse where it says they will go from strength to strength, or valor to valor, or level to level, and the word they use is chayil, el chayil. Chayil is the lashon milchama. Okay, show me lashon milchama. So that's how you know what, that the klipa is only submitted through this milchama, intense milchama of the difficulty of the depth of study. V'daik amram, and they were precise in what they said. Ein lahem, they have no rest. Not that not that they will not have rest, heaven forbid. Because this wicked ailment, it makes us sick only for the duration of the exile alone. That's it. V'gam lemala. I don't know what this is. Beis Ayin Vav Hey Reish. Someone can look it up, please, and let me know in the comments. Should we look it up right now? Beis Ayin Vav Hey Reish. Beis Ayin Vav Hey Reish. Be'avoinoseinu harabim. Nice. With our great and many sins. So v'gam. And also above. Okay, so again, this is where we are. Right? So let's go up one line. Not a future tense, heaven forbid. This wicked, this kizu ra'ah, this wickedness, chayla, it's a sickness, right? Or maybe it's chal. maybe it's not sickness, maybe it's chal. It only applies b'meshech hagalas b'vad. It's only chal. It only applies in the extension duration of the exile alone. The gam lamala b'aveinesin u'arabim, and even above in our great sins. Ad shetimcha shema v'zichra shel isa klipa, until will be destroyed its name and its memory of that klipa, of that husk shell. Vitam ha'imel bahasam zare shalom aleik. I don't know how to translate. Vitam ha'imel basam behasam zare shalom aleik, seed of Amalek. I'm not really getting this, okay? But we're trying my best. And behold, whether like this, whether like that, it's beautiful to know. That this husk shell, that while it is the secret of the evil inclination, it is mixed within the stomach or intestines of man, from food and drink. Bli suffix, without doubt. Okay, now I've felt this, by the way, in high amounts of LSD. I started pooping demons, and I think we're always pooping demons. It's just hard to really be in tune. You know, that's why you have to separate dalat amayos at least, and you can't see the poop. You have to, you can't smell it. You can't be close to it. It has to be a wall separating. You can't study Torah next, right? However, while the man is eating and drinking, and he's giving sustenance or something to that klipa, it is not toiling so much, and it's not making him anxious from the way of seichel. I think it's saying that food and drink allow this husk shell to enter into our intestine stomachs, but while you're feeding it, it doesn't bother you that much. I think that's what it's saying. While you're feeding the klipa, it kind of lets you be. I think. And that's the reason why it comes beautiful matters and intellectual ideas that are beautiful in the intelligence of man. That while he's sitting at a meal, happenstance suddenly or something like that. Like sometimes you're eating and you just get good ideas. I think what he's saying is because you're feeding the klipa, it's not bothering you. It's also the secret of why Jacob, our forefather, took the inheritance from the hands of Esav, his brother, while Esav was still eating and drinking. It's all one secret. And you should understand this secret, because it is, to my opinion, davar nechmad, a beautiful thing. And the Holy One, blessed be He, will show us from His Torah nifla'is, wonders. Amen. Amen. So it will be His will. Nice. Let's do one more. Yeah, one more. In the matter of the healing of the Torah against the evil, wicked inclination, v'shevet legoy kesilim. Okay, the shevet, I don't know, shevet, what's a shevet? It's a tribe or a rod. It can also be a rod, like a stick, right? Legoy, legav, what's goy? Like to outwards or inside? Something, I don't know, back, I don't know. Kesilim, kesil is a fool, right? Davka, specifically. Okay, he's quoting from a verse somewhere. V'shevet legav kesilim. He's quoting from that verse, and he says, Davka, specifically. V'chein legav chaser lev. Legav, I don't know, again, this word legav. Chaser lev, lacking heart. It's also a quote from somewhere, okay? V'chein lena'ar mishulach, and also to the youth that was sent, like as a messenger. Ki tichnoi b'shevet layimois. Because tichnoi, like techen, I don't know what that means. B'shevet, with the shevet, layomos, he won't die. V'hu tikun gadol lahem, and it's a great rectification for them. Ki kol hachitzayim achizasam b'achoyrayim. Because all the externalities, like the other side, they grasp on to the back, an aspect of the back. They can never face the front, the aspect, they like the back. Haka'a b'shevet, and hitting them with a stick, yavrichem, will make them flee and run away. V'yina'er aisam, and will turn them into what? A nar, a youth. It'll make them younger, or I don't know what. Maybe I'm reading the na'er wrong. V'yina'er aisam, it'll do something to them. Kimina'er habeged. No. It's like someone who is mina'er a clothing. So we have to look up this word mina'er. But someone does to a clothing. Me'afroi, from the dirt. Ve'ash ya'achilenu. I don't know what that means. And something will eat him. Okay, v'soida malchus moisev ala nizkar, and the secret of the hitting, the malchus, the whipping, it's surrounding that which we mentioned. V'hi segula l'misha yada le'eshtamish mimena, and it's segula. It's a segula. I don't know how to translate segula. Segula is like something you do that helps to the one. So it's helpful to the one who. It's a helpful tool for the one who knows. Segula is more than that. I just don't know how to translate it. It's for the one who knows how to use it. Kaid mar harafua leilachem keneged mar hamaves uman de alim gavar. So too is the bitterness of the healing to fight against the bitterness of death. And the one who is alim gavar is like winning, maybe. I don't know. The one who's, I don't know how to translate those lines. The alim gavar. For whose side, and this is a secret, zacha nasis loy sam chayim. This is the secret of that which they said, that one who merits, it's made for him a poison of life or a drug of life. Loy zacha, but if he's not meritorious, nasis loy sam maves, sam misa. It's made for him a drug of death. Ki ha-Torah himar harafua kineged mar maves, because the Torah is the bitter medicine corresponding to the bitter death. V'im ha'ish roivay tav toiv u'miyut ra. If a man is mostly good but with a little bit wickedness, alidei esek ha-Torah, through the toiling in Torah, involvement in Torah, yichla hara, will be destroyed the wickedness, v'yishayir ha-toiv v'yichya, and it will remain the goodness and he will live. V'im rubai ra, but if the majority is wicked, u'miyut toiv, and he only has a little bit of good, alidei ha-Torah nevar ha-toiv shabai, through the Torah, it's going to be clarified and separated, the good that's within him, v'shar hara v'yamos, and it's only going to remain the wicked, and he's going to die. Kimayim amorim aboitkim, like the bitter waters that test. Like the bitter waters that test. Might be a reference to the Mesoita. V'husayid amram gamkein, and this is a secret of that which they said as well. Ki esek ha-Torah tchilasay mar v'soifay masik, that the involvement with Torah, the beginning is bitter, but its end is sweet. Ki tchilasay mar, because its beginning is bitter. Mipnei ha-yetzahara shegoyver adayin b'ascholas esek ha-Torah v'hi marlay, because of the evil, wicked inclination that shegoyver, it overcomes still at the beginning of the toiling of the Torah, and it is bitter to him. Avo bishkoid al dal seha yom yom, but someone who is shakud on her doors each and every day. I don't know what shakud means, maybe, but on her doors each and every day. It goes and gets less until it's destroyed and dies completely. Kirafuas hamaris, like the bitter medicine, shememisois es ha-toilaim b'seich gufay shel adam, that kills the worms or parasites within a person. Very interesting, because I just took ivermectin. V'saifai masuk, but the end is sweet. Im even hu nimayach. Like if a stone is what? Oh, nimais maybe? Nimais? I don't know, if a stone is flowing maybe? In barzel hu mispaitzes, if it's Im even, if it's a stone, hu nimais, it will melt. It will melt. In barzel hu mispaitzes, if it's iron, it will spark and explode. Amru tzaddik ki toiv ki pri me'alalehem yerachlu. Says the tzaddik that it's good because the fruit from upon them he will eat, or something like that. I don't know. Achtab, however, no. Ki masha amarnu, that which we said, she'ema ish yerubai ra, that if the majority of a man will be wicked, esek ha-Torah, and he's yamisenu, the involvement with Torah is going to kill him. That's dafka b'misha isik b'shalei lishma. This is specifically one who involves himself within it, not for the holy sake, not for her sake of the Torah, not for the sake of the Torah. Kedoeg ha'adomi sheterasei minasafa v'lachutz. Like Doeg the Edomite. Doeg was a character, but Doeg means to worry, but it's really the name of his person also. He's a famous character. I think it was in the time of David HaMelech, I think. It calls Doeg the Edomite warrior, but it's really his name, Doeg Adomi. Shetarasa, his Torah was from the lip and outwards, I think. Aval im yasik ba lishma, but if you involve yourself lishma, afilu yi'aru bayra, even if the majority of the man is wicked, ha-Torah tzarfasai l'chaim, the Torah will purify him, refine him for life. Koicha gadol kineged hara, lichloi pesha ulihastem chatas. Its strength is great, opposite the wickedness, to destroy sin. And something about another sin, I don't know. Amras Hashem Tzerufa Magen Hu Lechol HaChaisim Bay. We said Hashem is the refiner, the refining. A shield he is to all who trust in him, I think, or see him. Chaisim. Trust him or see him. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. I freaking love this piece. I said this is the last one, kind of, but we're doing one more. I didn't say it's the last one. I said we're doing one more, and we did another one, but I want to do one more. Because now he's talking about the Sephardic and the Ashkenazi Jews. Wisdom and understanding. Sinai and the uprooting of mountains. Okay? Very interesting. I'm sure you all are curious. What's the difference between Sephardic and Ashkenazi Jews? Sephard means Spain. Ashkenaz was like a country in Europe. But Ashkenaz came to include the surrounding countries, and Spain came to include the surrounding countries. So Jews that come from, like Germany and that area, we call them Ashkenazi Jews. And anywhere near that area, anywhere in Europe. And then the rest of the Jews that come from like Spain, Morocco, Iraq, Iran, those are considered Sephardic Jews. So what's the difference? I mean, first I can see them. Sephardic Jews are brown. They're differently colored. But besides that, you can see they study different types of Torah. They have a whole different way of approach. Ashkenazis are very much like Nazis, like, the family will kick them out if they don't behave. Sephardic Jews, they never get disowned by their family. And Sephardic Jews, even if they go, away from religion, so to speak, and they stop their practice, they always have an intense love for Hashem, Torah, and the sages. While Ashkenazi Jews don't know how to do that. They have to become atheists and have to hate rabbis. We're very different. We're very, very different. Everyone knows Ashkenazi and Sephardic Jews are very, very different. So he wants to talk about that here, okay? So he says, Kfar yadua sheyesh chachma betfuna be'edom. It's already known that there is wisdom and understanding in Edom. It doesn't say Adam here, it says Edom. I don't know. Anyway, Kinyan Shinemar, like it says, Ve'evati chachma me'edom betfuna mehar Esav. And it's a verse, it says, I destroyed, I destroyed, right? Not found, is it found? How do you say found? No, I destroyed, right? It was lost. I made lost wisdom from Edom and understanding from the mountain of Esau. Michlal de Ika. So you see that that there is wisdom and understanding in Edom, okay? V'hinei da, behold, no, ki Sfard, that Spain, Sfard, the Spanish, that region, right? Husayr ha-chachma. It's a secret of wisdom. They're the secret of wisdom. And this is the reasoning why Sephardim, the Spanish, and the Jews from that region, and the people from that region, they toil in compiling wisdom, and they succeed. The Harambam Zechreinu Livracha, and Maimonides, a blessed memory, Shahaya Sephardi, that he was from Spain, Hitzliach ma'oid, he succeeded very much, Mikol ma shahayu lefanav, from everything that was in front of him, b'chachmas Torah, and the wisdom of Torah. V'rabim ki yaitzebai b'sifrei chachma shal kama minim, and many like him in the books of wisdom of many types. Gam umas olam, even from the nations of the world. Not even, also from the nations of the world. Gam kain Tivam biyaisa mitzad hachachma. Also, their nature is as it is from the side of wisdom. V'diburam benachas. Their speech is gentle. Umisunim b'chol askehem. Misunim, I don't know what misunim means, but in all their businesses or all their matters. Kichen teva hayamin, because this is the nature of the right side. Soid hamayim, the secret of water. Ach bepilpul, but with pilpul. What's pilpul? We had the word before. Pilpul, I didn't know how to translate it. Pilpul is when you have to go into the depth and go back and forth. Pilpul, yeah? So the pilpul, shu soid hatvuna, which is the secret of understanding. Ein lehem yad v'shem. They don't have a hand or a name. Ve'in oiskim bay, ve'im oiskim bay, lo yatzlichu. And if they toil in it, they won't succeed. Ki hu min ha-small, because it's from the left. Soid ha-Ashkenazim shehem min ha-tzafain. It's the secret of the Ashkenazim, which are from the north. Ve'kulam nimharim atzim v'nivhalim. And they are maybe quick. Nimharim, maybe they're quick or something. Atzim, I don't know what atzim is. They're atzi, like flowing maybe. V'nivhalim, and bewildered. I don't know how to translate atzim v'nivhalim. Teva ha'esh, like the nature of fire. He's comparing the Sephardic to water and the Ashkenaz to fire. Ve'ein lehem esek b'chochma rak b'tvuna harbe ma'od. So the Ashkenazim from the north have no involvement with the wisdom, but only with the understanding. Very, very much. V'sham givuras ha-Torah u'pilpula. And there is the strength of the Torah and its pilpul. Ki hatvuna hi minas kaisam, because understanding is the filling of their cup, the portion of their cup. V'im ha-Safar di Sinai, and if the Spanish, the Sephardim are Sinai, Ashkenazi oiker harim. The Ashkenazi are the uprooting of mountains. They uproot mountains. Okay? So the Spanish is like Sinai, and the Ashkenazis are like the uprooting of mountains. V'ha Italki, and the Italians, the Italians, shehu mimuzag, which are mixed, bekav hamachriya, with the line of balance. Yesh chelik bazeh uvazeh. They have a portion in this and this. Ach b'rafyon, but only in rafyon. I don't know what rafyon means, but only in rafyon. Ki aklipa gaiveres, because the husk is overcoming, is strong. Masha enkein haYerushalmi, which is not so. It's not the case of in Jerusalem. Ki b'yoseh b'mizrach ha'olam mamash, because it is in the east of the world, literally. Hakav ha'memuzag, the line of mixing. V'loy yiga alohu choshech v'tzalmaves, and it's not revealed there darkness and shadow of death. Zeu atam, and this is the reasoning. Ki yesh sham hasheket, that there is there quiet, ubetach, and tranquility or security. Va'avira mechakim, and the air makes wise. Ve'ein chachma kechachmasa, and there is no wisdom like the wisdom of Jerusalem. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this. I'm going to try to do a bit every day. Let me know what you like to study, and we'll try to make it work.